What could be revolutionary about this yacht? Well, not only the name, that's for sure. If you like spending time on yachts and consider an owner-operator yacht that also offers liveaboard quality yet has a generous crew cabin if needed, then this video is for you. My name is Cornelis Kistler, I'm the founder of breezeyachting.swiss, and my mission is to help owners like the one of this yacht to buy, build and manage and even sell their yachts so that the transaction is safe, easy and especially without a headache. Because yachting is about having a good time. Today I'm in Mallorca, beautiful port of Andratx, and I'm going on board this Bluegame BGX60 named Revolution. And together with you, I want to find out what this yacht has to offer that makes the owners think she's so revolutionary. So let's begin with the walkthrough and enjoy the time on board together. I'm standing here on the aft section. Let's look at these storage lockers, because you can never have enough storage on any boat. So this is quite well solved. You can put your wet towels, of course, your wet lines, of course you should dry them before, and also have some canister to fuel up the tender. And all in all, the owner basically compares that a bit with the lines, the design of a Porsche. It's very clean, very nice, rounded shapes. For me, it's also something like a crossover of a Range Rover on the sea with the bold-looking exterior and kind of a pickup, because here you have a space that you can, like a multifunctional space, because before we just launched the tender, and we're just going to show you a little video of how we actually launched the tender, and then we prepared this little nice lounge here. And of course you can have any kind of lounge, because this is just an open area. You could have blow-up furnitures or flexible furnitures that you just put here. So this it's really like your party space, or you put big lounges for sunbathing. However you want to play with it, this is your area. So let's see the video of how we launched the tender, because there behind this thing is actually a crane. So this is not, the crane is basically integrated into the line of the boat. So let's see the clip. So the crane is going up, and then I can go down, and basically the hook comes down here, and then you actually hook this one. I can do it right now. So this one you actually hook inside, and then we need to check that this one is actually nicely there. And then we need to see there's the tender chocks. So we turn it now nicely around. Let's go down, perfect. And that's how easy you launch a tender on the Bluegame BGX60. So now the tender is in the water, and we basically can use this space in whatever way we like, as I just told you. And I think it's a pretty nice little lounge here, and well, everything is multifunction, and that's what I like about this concept, because you can really have it your way. Now, talking more about this area, you have some pop-up cleats back here. Then here you have the water shower that you can put here inside. And if you need to fix something, just call Carlos and Vanessa from Globe Yacht Services. They will fix everything. But no, all is fine. Here you have also the water, the high pressure water and the water inlet. Here is the shore power and also the cable for the crane. Of course, we need to put that nicely together. And then the gangway, activate on the two buttons, and then this acts actually as stairs to go into the port. But also it's a nice bathing ladder that you put down into the water for easy access in and out. You can also put the reeling and then just take a dip. It's pretty humid. I think I will treat myself to a little swim afterwards. And yeah, some more storage space underneath here. And then again, the cleats for the lines, it's also nicely done. You have your winch with the foot button, and then you have your speaker system. And speaking of sound system, you have a Fusion control panel over here, and of course you can have everything on the Bluetooth. And then we have the wet bar, which has a nice teak sliding countertop to close everything down. And this also has this retractable sink here, basically, or the faucet the English term. And then this is a teppanyaki grill with a saran plate on top, so that you can use it in two ways, either as a teppanyaki plate or as a saran cooking field, or stove as you say. And then you have some storage underneath here. You have of course an ice maker, and you have a fridge where you could put a cold beer, which I actually wouldn't mind right now, but let's do that later. So underneath here where I'm standing, it's a huge hatch that basically is the engine room. So you can access the engine room through this small hatch here, of course, or you can lift it up completely so you have full standing height to service any of the equipment. But I'll quickly show you how this looks down here, and then we can dive into the engine room just a bit later. And then basically you have your Volvo Penta IPS, and thanks to this IPS, because they actually go in a U shape, you can install them at a very low height, because the engines are sitting here basically, and then the drivetrain goes out at the back as a coupling, or basically a gearbox, then goes down and then goes forward, so it's like a U shape. And then you have the Z drive, which is a set, or the V drive, which goes forward and then back. So this is a U drive, you could say, a pod drive, and that's why you have all this height that you can use with those IPSs. You couldn't do that with any other engine configuration. All right, so let's talk about this sliding door here, where basically you have these three elements that you can fully close or open, and then you see this is a nice, like a penthouse actually, on the water. And then you have a full sea view from this saloon on this lower deck, which is basically a combination of a penthouse and very generous view. I mean, look at this view. When you're down here, you just look out on the water. And to also have a bit more privacy when you're in the port, so also to show that off with the mosquitoes, we can just lower this blinds down. Okay, now let's continue with checking out this saloon. You have here a nice TV coming up, so you have a really big TV behind this panel. And then obviously this is a beautiful big saloon lounge, and I personally would install basically a convertible sofa, so in case you have some kids or the guests of your kids sleep over, you have additional sleeping space here in the saloon. And one thing to mention is actually that underneath this carpet there's a heating floor mat basically, so to keep out the humidity in winter. And then also an upgraded thing is these automatic blinds that are actually leather blinds. They're really luxurious and flexible, so they don't make any noise, any rattling when they're lowered. And then you have this nice wall decoration here. And going around you can really see how generous the space is. And to show you a bit of the layout concept, I think it's important to understand that this stairs actually is the external stairs leading up to the upper deck, and then you have an internal stair also leading up to the upper deck, and both stairs basically meet on the upper deck, this one on the outside and this one on the inside, where then you also find the main saloon and the galley, where you can have your dinner, and also the helm station. But I would say let's keep on checking out the lower deck and the cabin. So there's some storage space behind this. Obviously we can move then through this door into the master cabin, which I really think is a beautiful master cabin with a lot of natural light coming into this designer side windows with this integrated porthole for some fresh air. You have a nice spacious bed that is like 1.60 meters and 2 meters deep. And then I think the color scheme is pretty nice here, little TV in the side. And then going into the bathroom, you have immediately this shower. And here you have a full standing height shower, really nice space. I'm 1.88 meters, so this is about 20 centimeters more, you're just above 2 meters to take a shower. And then here you have these nice mirror cabinets, also with some backlight. I think that's a nice effect, which is also not the standard one. Of course, some more storage space. And then the height of the sinks are actually a bit higher, so for taller persons I think it's really nice. You don't have to go down that much. And then you have your toilet and bidet combination, some more storage. Lots of natural light, also fresh air coming in through this openable porthole, which I think is quite important in this space. So yeah, all in all, quite a nice bathroom. And then coming out, you also have on the starboard side this cabinet that is either your desk or of course your makeup table. Then behind this you have a cabinet, open like this, for your storing of the clothes. And then here under this sofa I think there's some more storage space. And then if you would go for a conversion to a 3 cabin, which has been done previously, and I think the cost would be like 40 to 50k, you could actually close this up here, make some nice wall panels, and then have some a 3rd cabin here with the beds here, which also would have the openable porthole, and then this would actually be the toilet. But in this one here, this is a 2 cabin version, and you walk through, and I'm just going to show you quickly because this door is actually nicely hidden. So you see this door actually hides, kind of looks like a wall panel, but then you actually have a door and you can go into your walk-in wardrobe that also has a porthole. So this then would be in the 3 cabin version, the bathroom. But yeah, that would be super easy to make a conversion, a refit. But then here you also save the space of the corridor. So I think that's quite clever because you can walk basically from the aft of the boat, you can walk all the way through the main staircase, through this basically walk-in wardrobe. And then if we walk through here, we come to the main corridor that goes up the stairs. And then behind this panel is the washer-dryer, Miele washer-dryer combination, which we can hide here. And then you have this beautiful staircase leading down, and behind this door is obviously more storage. And then here we go to the forward VIP cabin. And of course here is the same generosity as on the rest of the boat. You have this beautiful large portholes, then you have lots of storage in this cabinet back there, and then the bed is of course 2 meters by 160, and then on the starboard side you have this bathroom ensuite with a nice shower. Let me actually go inside and show you. So here you have again really nice more than 2 meters height, lots of natural light again in the bathroom, fresh air to get out the mist, and then yeah, nice colors in the bathroom as well. I really like the combination. Everything is very earthy, very subtle, and feels very high quality. And this was the VIP cabin, and then here you can walk up of course to the upper deck. So now, of course, I want to check out the upper deck after we've seen those beautiful cabins on the lower deck. And just important to note, there's those 2 staircases I mentioned earlier, but now we don't take the internal one, but actually the external, and go up here to the upper deck. And when we arrive, we immediately see this helm station here. It's actually the 2nd helm station, and we have a 3rd one, which is a remote control named Yacht controller. So let's have a little clip on how we maneuver this outside of the port with the joystick. And this is what I really like about the IPS and the Bluegame, that this has the 2nd station here that is just on a pop out where you have the joystick. And now looking at the pause and maneuvering is so easy because you can go in all directions, turn the joystick, go back and forth. And as you can see, you have a really good overview. As you can see the ends of the platform here, so it's very convenient. You have the control over the boat, you see all the angles, you see down the side, and also to the front on the bow you see the full length of the boat, so it makes maneuvering from here super easy and safe. So now that we've seen that clip, let's continue. Here we have the stairs to the flybridge, which we're going to see in a minute. And then what I really found beautiful is this upper deck exterior lounge with the beautiful table and the setting. Also the colors are really nice. Wow, this is really beautiful, and you enjoy a nice little breeze and then overlooking the surrounding nature. This is amazing. And what is very important also is that you have a lot of privacy in the port, because nobody can look on your plate because everything happens on a lower level, right? So here you're really protected and it feels really cozy, but at the same time you can enjoy this view. And I think that's also why the owner finds this layout revolutionary and named the boat accordingly. Also very beautiful is this fluent transition between outside and inside space. You have here the interior dining table, also with a nice sofa, so you can enjoy the view out of this stunning big windows, and it's really, really nice because you're so high, so you have a really good view, and everything is very nice and beautifully arranged in this interior. And then here the owner made this custom made wooden holder for glasses and bottles, and then here you have some storage underneath. And then let's check out the kitchen, which I find beautiful. I mean, look at this. Behind is a huge window where you have a lot of light coming in, and also these custom-made leather jalousie are coming, blinds are coming down, so no noise there. Also, then you have your rubbish behind here, a full height Miele dishwasher with the Miele power disc, also very good modern system. Then you have the oven and the induction stove. Of course, here you have the blowout, you have the fan, and then a lot of storage up here also, so the magnets are pretty strong, as you can see, so everything holds it nicely in place. And then here you have a fridge and lots of storage behind here. Also there's these drawers, and then everything is nicely arranged. And then you see also there's some battery panels that show you the level of the battery pack that you have. And then while talking about the battery, actually, this you can run 4 hours with the aircon and the Seakeeper on in the bay, just the battery, no noise from the generator. If you are in eco mode, you can actually run it up to 6 hours. And of course, if you switch on the aircon, then you could run the Seakeeper all night on the battery pack. So that's a bit about the batteries. And then here, let's check out the helm station. I mean, that's so cool because this is this Explorer look. And what it gives to you is also this inverted windshield or glass shield, basically, that has no reflections because it's not curved to the back, but actually it's inverted to the front. And that's also why all the heavy sea-going Explorer vessels have this kind of windshield in comparison to the classic yachts, where the windshields are curved to the back, where you have then all the interior reflecting in the windshield. So here you have superb view outside, no reflections, and then everything is really nicely arranged. You have this little teak steps where you can comfortably rest your feet. Then you have also the Fusion sound system control, the VHF, beautiful carbon detailing here with the outlets for the aircon. Also you have your bow thruster, which honestly you don't even need because you have this beautiful IPS joystick with the powerful D13 Volvo Penta engines, 2x900 horsepower, so it's the IPS 1200. Here you have the touchscreen multifunction. Of course, you can have your everything basically here. You have your different views, so you can go for the fuel and then touch again, and then you have the Bluegame app where you basically can control all the functions of the Bluegame. And then on this panel you can open also the hardtop over here, so to let in some fresh air and also the sun. But now let's close that again. And yeah, what else? We have a FLIR night vision camera, which we access here on the video, and then you can see you can basically control the camera like this. And of course now it's day, so but during the night you can have really good visibility, and you can also have your engine data here. So let's check this out. How many hours? 381 and 380 on the other engine. Well, everything is super nicely arranged. You have good overview, really nice feeling here. Also this carbon bench, I think this is really beautiful helm station, and at least I'm very impressed. One more thing is this little wine cooler underneath here. I think that's pretty neat, and also on the other side there's some storage, so quite a clever solution. And now let's check out the TV. I press the button and then the TV comes actually out of the roof. Just look how it comes out here. So now also let's check out this side door on the port side, which you open here super nicely, and then if we meet the other side, I can go out this door. And what I find really cleverly designed here is this hatch if you go sideways into the port, this is your access. And look how beautiful the water actually is. I mean, I can see the fish and the ground. Wow, I just want to jump in, which I'm going to do a bit later. But now let's close this door and check out the side decks, which I think are quite practical and actually quite beamy also. And everything feels very solid and really, really nice to touch. Here we have a fusion control. And then going further, we have this beautiful lounge. And those two tables are on a high-low mechanism, and the whole lounge is super comfortable. I just want to stay here and do nothing else but sun lounge a bit, just need a cold drink. But then, of course, that's not what I'm here for, and I want to show you the whole boat really nicely detailed. You can see these guys are pretty heavy, but it's actually clever design because you can put them anywhere here on this sun basing and they're not going to fly away. So I think that's pretty nicely done. And then obviously we need a fridge. So the fridge is here for your cold drinks. It's on a drawer system, and then you can put your drinks up here. And then also you see the exterior, it has this sturdy kind of Explorer look, like a Range Rover, with those carbon style wipers, the big LED searchlights, and it feels like a really solid boat and everything, high quality. And also this lounge here I think is pretty nice in the color scheme. And then if we go further, I need to also point out these carbon poles for the sun awning, so you have a nice view. And then let's check out the anchor arrangement. But before we do that, there's a little surprise underneath this panel, because there you have a full crew cabin with a shower, 2 beds. So of course we're going to show you without the fenders, and this is where the crew cabin is. Now let's check out the anchor arrangement. And also, because Bluegame is owned by San Lorenzo, it's part of that family. So San Lorenzo is all about clean lines and hiding let's say all these things at the bow and the anchor, and also the sidelines. Everything is very important. That's why you have these detailed windows. And then you can open this up and then also access all your anchor arrangement, and as well the anchor locker, which is down here. So you can pull this up and then you see it really goes deep down. You have all the anchor arrangement. You can also put your fenders, lines, pretty big storage also, I would say. Nicely done. And that will be the bow area. And coming up here through these stairs, we have this upper deck with the huge sun lounge. Beautiful up here, really, really nice, and very nice view. It's like a sun lounge on the roof, and also with this kind of car-like railing. I think it's really beautiful up here. So let's check out the engine room. Look how this beast has opened up the huge hatch, giving access to the IPS Volvo Penta 1200. Why 1200? Because those engines have each 900 horsepower, but those are the equivalent to another boat without IPS with 1200 horsepower. So they reach the same speed and strength as another boat with more horsepower. That's also why they're more efficient, because they need less horsepower to reach the same speed. Why? Because with those pod drives, the propellers are looking forward, and this is allowing for much more efficient streaming of the water hitting to the propeller, and that's why all in all this is more efficient. So we have here the Kohler generator over there. We have then on the left side the Idromar water maker, which actually gives you 250 liters per hour water. Then we have the Seakeeper gyro stabilization system, the M9, that keeps the boat really, really stable. And then of course you have the battery pack, which you don't see, it's in a separate compartment. And all in all, I would say this is a very tidy engine room, and everything is pretty good accessible. Also you have the second hatch to enter when the big hatch is closed. That was the engine room. So guys, we're at the end of this video, and I had so much fun exploring this Bluegame BGX60 together with you. I don't know about you, but I really like this yacht. I mean, it has so many features to offer, and I think it's a great liveaboard yacht, also with this penthouse-like feeling on top of here. You have really the privacy in the port, and I think you can really put this also in a winter mode where basically you visit the boat while it's in the port and use it as your holiday home, because you have a really nice view, you have the privacy, you can cook here, you have the cabins at the lower deck, and still have the nice view up here. And then it has so many features. It has the power bank, basically the lithium batteries that allow you to stay at anchor 4 to 6 hours with the aircon and the gyro switched on. It has this huge pickup truck like aft platform where with the crane you can put the tender, the toys, you can jump into the water with the easy access hydraulic stairs. You have the joystick, you have the, by the touch of a button, you have the GPS anchor called dynamic positioning system. You have this carbon look and feel, the front deck, the flybridge, the up galley, also the water maker that you have. So for me, this is a great package for an owner's operated. It's so easy to maneuver, also with the yacht controller. So if you liked this yacht and you want to visit, please just give me a ring, send me a WhatsApp or email. We are here on Mallorca for you. You can visit the boat anytime, and I think it's a great package. So let me know. And then if you like this video, please also subscribe, hit the bell button so you get an update when we have new yachting content. And as always, thank you for watching the video. We speak yachting. Let's talk.